by an interference call against the Eskimos' Mark Jansen. Trevor Kennard converts it, and we are tied at 8 with 14:42 left in the second quarter. Crowd of about 30,000 on hand here this afternoon in Winnipeg. We'll take another look at the touchdown throw by Clements to Murphy.
Well, question who he was looking for. Isolated man-on-man coverage, and he beats Hall to the inside.
Lou Deloria moving over there and put a hit on Hall.
No, really the key play in that drive was a defensive play, not an offensive play. The Bombers coming up big on 3rd and 1 as quarterback Damon Allen could not get the traction he needed to pick up that 1 yard on a quarterback sneak. Winnipeg took over at the 50-yard line.
Of course, the winner of this game gets to go to the Dome in Vancouver next week to meet the Lions in the Western Division Final. And a note from Josh Keller of the BC Lions that as of late Friday afternoon, in the neighborhood of 52,000 tickets had already been sold for the game, so roughly about 8,000 tickets still available for that Western Division Final. Chris Woods mishandles the kickoff. He's back inside the 5-yard line. Woods fumbles it again. But the Eskimos, I do believe, got it back. Mandarich was in the vicinity, and he may have come up with the football. Woods having all kinds of trouble in that one.
Several guys trying to be officials on the play, but they were wearing blue jerseys. I don't think it worked. Edmonton will take over at their own 12-yard line. Second time in a row now that Edmonton has had to scrimmage deep in their own territory after a kickoff.
There you see Mandarich underneath that pile. He got the ball back for the Eskimos. First down. The ball at their own 12-yard line. The youngster Damon Allen out of Cal State Fullerton, a 22-year-old rookie, replacing Western Division All-Star quarterback Matt Dunnigan. Allen pulls it down, will take off himself, dives across the 20. He'll be close to first down yardage.
Well, I'll tell you, these first quarter Chevy stats were helped an awful lot as far as the Winnipeg Blue Bombers were concerned in the latter stages of that quarter, but still, they had a net loss of 22 yards. First play of the second quarter, though, they've tied this ball game at 8.
Damon Allen picking up close to 9 yards on first down. The Eskimos second and a long one. Penalty markers. The ball's loose. The Bombers say they've got it. There are 2 flags right at the line of scrimmage. Procedure call against the Eskimos.
Well, apparently they did retain possession of the football. Well, that's the important thing.
Hand off to Milson Jones. He just mishandled right at the beginning of the play.
See that football coming loose. Very, very cold down at field level as you see Jack Barker. What a great job Jack has done with these Eskimos. So many changes he's had to make by necessity during the course of the year. Brought in some great football players for the Eskimos in the last half of the season, not the least of which Craig Schaefer. What an outstanding linebacker he's turned out to be.
And the one guy that isn't playing that they sorely miss is Gary Thompson.
Procedure call. Edmonton 63, second down repeated.
Jack Potier, the left offensive tackle, guilty of the infraction.
So it's second down and 6 for the Eskimos. The ball at their own 16-yard line. Pressure on Allen, and it goes down. The ball is loose. The Bombers got it. No touchdown. There is not a touchdown. The ball is down where Damon Allen was sacked.
Well, we talked about Gary Moulton and what the style of linebacker is. Take a look at him. Right there, he makes an inside move and gets right in on the young Edmonton quarterback. Makes a move inside Heck Potier, 63, and sacks Allen right about the 9-yard line.
Harold Patterson picks it up, goes into the end zone, but the referee ruled the play dead at the 9-yard line. So the Eskimos will have to punt it away. Tom Dixon standing in the end zone. Glenn Steele is the only man back. Bombers with 11 men up at the line of scrimmage. They'd like to return the favor. The Eskimos blocked one in the first quarter for a touchdown. Short kick. 40-yard line. Glenn Steele has it. Penalty markers down. I think the Eskimos will be called for no yards. 12:47 remaining in the second quarter. 34-yard punt and a return of 6. Late Sunday afternoon ball game here in Winnipeg. We're tied at 8. Winnipeg was penalized for clipping on that punt return, so the ball is moved back to the 54-yard line, and Clemens hits Joe Poplawski, driven out of bounds by Ron Howard, out at the 38. So the gain is 16 yards for Winnipeg.
At that last commercial break, Fred Fleming, our ISO director, said, you know, they haven't thrown the ball to Joe Poplawski yet. The West candidate as the outstanding Canadian in the country does a little push off of Ron Howard, starting his first game for the Eskimos in that defensive backfield. First down.
Clemens with the straight drop, sets up the screen to Sean Kehoe. The ball is loose. The Bombers, I think, got it back. Poplawski, I think, got it back for Winnipeg.
Winnipeg's got it.
A cold day in Winnipeg. That ball is doing some crazy things.
Well, I think Joe Poplawski winds up with the football. Let's take a look. Kehoe does a great job of just going straight up the field, but I think it was Craig Schaefer who pulled that ball loose. Winnipeg very fortunate to keep possession of that ball just inside the Eskimo 20-yard line.
Poplawski got it back for the Bombers. First down. Pat Kantner checks in, and Sean Kehoe limps to the sidelines. To get away from Kearns and finds Poplawski, who's dropped immediately by Darrell Hall. Good reaction by Hall. Holds the gain to about 3 yards. Second down coming up for Winnipeg at the 17-yard line.
You know, Dill, I'm still surprised after our discussions the last couple of days with the Winnipeg coaching staff that they are not running the football at all. Willard Reeves has picked up 9 yards on 3 carries, but they've really made no attempt to establish anything on the ground.
Oh, Boyd almost made one of the most spectacular catches you're ever going to see.
Well, if we see that again, though, you'll see Joe Poplawski wide open. Right at the goal line, nobody around him. I thought Tommy had seen him and was throwing the football to him. It went right over his head to Boyd. Watch 71, right there. Nobody near him. Joe was all alone.
That brings up third down. The field goal unit is in. Cameron holding at the 24-yard line for Trevor Kennard. It is good, and so the Blue Bombers go back in front, 11-8, and we'll be back in just a moment. First down for the Eskimos to give to Milson Jones, and he is stacked up immediately. James West was in there along with Tony Norman. West, of course, the former Calgary Stampeder. Joined the Bombers in September of this year.
Dale, our report from the sideline has a number of players trying to switch shoes to find something that can grasp this turf a little better. It's getting colder and colder here in Winnipeg. This second half of this ball game is going to be very, very frigid. you understand that already.
Damon Allen has to pull it down, and he is sacked back at the 34-yard line. Now we have Blake Dermott and Gary Moten talking and pushing with each other. Well, they had the tarp on this field since about Tuesday, and when they took it off an hour and a half before game time, it was the field in actually very good shape. But as Frank mentions, with the temperature dropping now and the frost settling on that field,
well, because of the late start, you know, this ball game is going to be in shadows very shortly now. Half the field is now there. It's going to get another 5-10 degrees colder. I hope that Al and Bill down at field level don't hear that.
Well, it's going to be dark by about 5:30 as well here in Winnipeg. Glenn Steele moves up quickly, and a flag is down. The ball is loose. You look at that last punt by Tom Dixon, mishandled by Glenn Steele, but the Eskimos, Kirk Chapman was called for no yards. The Bombers have it. First down at the Eskimo 47.5-yard line. Winnipeg leading by 3. The counter play to Willard Reeves. Picks his way to the 40 and then is nailed at the 40-yard line. Ron Howard, number 28, the newcomer in that secondary of the Eskimos.
Good job by Mark Moore's offensive right guard and big Chris Walby as they both pull to the left-hand side, leading Reeves around that area. The gain is close to 7 yards. Watch the big guy, Walby, 275 pounds, number 63, turning upfield.
And then
picked
Ron
off
Howard.
Danny Bass.
Great tackle by Howard, who started 85 at the camp of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He's playing his first game with the Eskimos, although he's been practicing with them for quite some time. And Tom Clements took too long to get the ball in play on 2nd down and 4.
Time count violation. Winnipeg number 2, 2nd down repeated.
You know, it's interesting when you ask Cal Murphy about how can you tell if Tom Clements is going to have a good day or not. Maybe you can just explain Cal's answer on that one.
Well, Tommy is, you know, he's kind of a street player. He really is. And if he gets that confidence, it really bubbles. And you can see it just in his step. I mean, as he comes up to over the line of scrimmage or comes up under John Bonk, his center, he's kind of bouncing up to the line of scrimmage. It looks like he's got it right now.
Murphy got in between.
You can't do much about that.
Nope. So that'll bring up 3rd down.
Certainly a catchable football by the gentleman who has the only touchdown for Winnipeg, a little bit behind him, but he should have had it. You know, the compliment that I passed along to Jackie Parker and his staff, they've just done such a tremendous job of replacing the people that needed replacing.
Good punt by Cameron. He aims it for the sidelines, and he makes Treflin handle it and step right out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Down Eskimos at their own 13-yard line. Bombers lead it 11-8. That pass from Damon Allen, intended for Milson Jones, just wasn't a very well-thrown football.
That was the first time, really, Damon Allen has looked a bit like a rookie quarterback. He kind of forced that throw. He looked extremely sharp the first couple of possessions for the Eskimos. What a great ability to run the football. Maybe a family trait. His brother is not bad at it either. Marcus Allen, of course.
2nd and 10 for the Eskimos. Lots of pressure, and Allen does a great job of getting the ball to Marco Sincar for a 1st down out at the 25. Wiley Turner making the tackle. Allen had all kinds of pressure right in his face.
Gary Moulton, number 69, who sacked him earlier in this ball game, was right there and put him down, but a great throw at a very appropriate time. Edmonton needed that 1st down to get out from their own into the field. It's a 1st down at their 25.
Wiley Turner, who made the tackle, is hurting, but he's still out there playing that right defensive halfback spot. 1st down and 10 Eskimos. And Kelly has it. He goes out of bounds at the 53 of Winnipeg. 1st down, Edmonton.
What a great job by Brian Kelly, not just catching the football, but being well aware of that sideline and coming down in bounds. Watch this. Good throw by the young quarterback as well as he put the ball up and let Brian run underneath it. Watch Kelly, and he knows exactly what part of the field he's on.
Great job. 32-yard gain. 1st down, Edmonton. The ball at the Bomber 53. The give to Larry Cowan. 50-yard line down to about the 49 for a gain of 4. West in on the tackle.
Cowan's also had 44 receptions on the year. Both Cowan and Jones have done a good job coming out of that backfield as pass receivers. 5:30 remains now in this first half. Winnipeg leads by 3.
Second down and 6. They revert to Chris Woods. The Bombers got a lot of people over here. Chris Woods will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Wiley Turner.
Well, Tyrone Jones is not going to get credited for a tackle here, but watch the job he does of forcing this play deep. He's number 35.
Both teams have tried that reverse now, and both defenses have been ready for it.
I think they'll put it back in the book and leave it there.
Woods slowly making his way across the field now. Tom Dixon out there to punt once more. Kevin Nealis and Glenn Steele are the return men back at the Bomber 10-yard line. Now we're set. Bad kick by Dixon. Nealis on the return gets to the 20-yard line. Punt traveled 34 yards and on the full CTV network. Grey Cup in Montreal. Clements goes down back at the 18-yard line for a loss of a couple. There's nobody open, and James Zachary, who's playing while injured, gets the sack on the play. He had 8 during the regular season, but he has a painful toe injury, and they were worried that he might not be able to play 60 minutes today. And in the event that should happen, they would move Kearns to the tackle spot and move Stu Hill to defensive end and put Larry Ruck in at linebacker. But that's in the event James Zachary is unable to continue for the rest of the game. Right now he's in there. Got a sack. It's second down and 11 for the Bombers. Down the middle, Murphy goes high to make the catch for a first down. They had a couple receivers in the area.
Joe Poplawski was the other one, Dale. Obviously, that pattern wasn't called that way. A 21-yard gain, again, by number 21. The key receiver in this football game so far for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And, of course, the winner here will go to BC Place to play the BC Lions next weekend for the Western Championship. And we should pass along our congratulations to those Lions. What a super year they had. 13-3.
Clements looking for Sean Kehoe. He's got it at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. Mark Jackson providing the coverage and making sure Kehoe wasn't going anywhere with it after he caught it. Second down and 4 coming up.
Short yardage teams coming in now as Winnipeg has second and 3.5 or so. It's a little unusual. They start the short yardage offense from fairly far back. This is almost a passing down in some games.
Chris Walby lines up in the backfield. We're going to see the Bomber version of the refrigerator.
Yeah, they certainly did.
Chris Walby leading the blocking, and the score is Winnipeg 11, Edmonton 8. We'll be back in a moment. End over end kick this time by Cameron. Trufflin inside the 20, and that's where he'll be stopped. John Blanc downfield very quickly, leading the way for the Bombers. 44-yard punt, 1-yard return. First down for the Eskimos. The ball at their own 20-yard line. Allen quickly into the middle to Steve Howlett and threw that one into the dirt. Second down and 10 coming up.
Well, just 2:23 remaining in this first half. Rather important for the Eskimos to pick up at least a first down or two to get this ball out of their own end of the field.
With Damon Allen out of California, Cal State Fullerton, I wonder if he has ever played in this kind of temperature before.
I'm sure he hasn't.
Stepping up, Allen is intercepted by Gary Moten. No, it's going to be an incomplete pass. A diving attempt by Gary Moten, and I thought he came down with it. The ball came loose. The Bombers are furious. It's not an interception. Another look at it.
Well, let's take a look. What a great effort by Gary Moulton, number 69, the linebacker we've talked about. That was hard to tell from that point of view. It did look like an interception from behind him. He may well have trapped the football. The official in a much better position to call that, obviously, than we were. The Eskimos will have to kick it away now. There's still 2:15 remaining in this second quarter.
Gary Moulton, one of 3 new linebackers in that Winnipeg defense, along with Darrell Patterson and James West. And the returning, of course, Tyrone Jones. That's in comparison to last year's Grey Cup championship team. This is Scott Flagel on the return. Bounces off Rod Conop, and then is stopped at about the 52-yard line by 2 or 3 Eskimos. Laurent Delorier was one of them. So the Bombers take over in Eskimo territory following a 44-yard punt and a 12-yard return, as Scott Flagel was back there that time as one of the return men, along with Glenn Steele and Kevin Nealon. So we have just over 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter, and the Bombers in great field position to start this drive at the Eskimo 52-yard line. Both these teams had 7-game winning streaks during the regular season. Lots of time for Clements, and wide open is Jeff Boyd. Brought down by Craig Schaefer at the 30-yard line. A big first down, a gain of 22.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's an example of an experienced quarterback. Tommy Clements was trying to screen out to the right side. The Eskimo defense saw it, bottled it up. He finally just turned around and found a receiver downfield. Boyd picks up a first down at the 30-yard line of the Eskimos. 1:55 remains now in this first half. It's a 11-8 ball game in favor of the Bombers.
At the 20-yard line. May need a measurement on this one. First down for the Bombers at the Eskimo 20-yard line. Murphy knocked away at the last moment by Darrell Hall.
Good job by Hall, knocking that football down at the last moment. Murphy just on a kind of a break out and up. The ball not thrown really that well by Clements. Big number 24, Darrell Hall, who was beaten by Murphy for the first score for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Big defensive play. 2nd and 10 now, 1:17 remains. Winnipeg's got to get this ball off. Only 5 seconds showing on the clock.
They've already been charged once as he gets the snap off with 2 seconds left. The ball's batted and picked off by James Zachary. It was knocked up in the air at the line of scrimmage, and Zachary still on his feet. James Zachary, with toe injury and all, takes it out to the 52-yard line.
Joe Pavlovsky jumped on him about the 40-yard line and rode for another 12 yards.
37-yard return by James Zachary.
Absolutely impossible to tell who knocked that ball at the line of scrimmage, but no question who has it now. Watch number 92. Move him into that fullback spot.
First down for the Eskimos on the interception by James Zachary. The ball at their own 52-yard line. It was to Larry Cowan, and he has a couple. Take another look at James Zachary, the man who turned the ball over for the Eskimos.
Good job by Darrell Patterson, 76, a linebacker there. The gain is only 2 yards. 2nd and 8 now. 47 seconds remain in this first half.
Allen set. Ball is loose.
Football. The Bombers have it.
Oh, loose again. I think the Eskimos got it back. Rod Conop, I think, got it back for Edmonton. Dan Mekawas had his hands on it there for a moment or two.
Well, there's some cold hands down at field level. No question about that. The Eskimos do retain possession.
Milson Jones knocked it out of Damon Allen's hands initially.
Looked like Ty Jones stripped it from his own player.
Looks to me like they should spend more time working on picking up fumbles, Frank.
Bill, is it a little cool down there?
Oh, it's really very nice if you want to know the truth, but it's getting cooler, and I'm sure by the time the game's over, it'll be very cold. But it's not bad at all, really.
Well, Al is basking on the other side of the field in what little sunshine we still have left here.
He's got his sunglasses on. It's just like being down in Florida over where he is.
First and 10, Eskimos at their own 43. They started this drive at the 54. Damon Allen trying to go to Marco Sinkar. Let him too much. Actually, the ball not thrown far enough. It'll be second down and 10 from the 43 with 28 seconds remaining until the end of the first half. 7-8, Bombers leading the Eskimos, and Edmonton second down and 10. They set up the screen, and Milson Jones hit the turf just as he made the catch. So it'll be third down. Stan Mikowas was there to make contact with him.
Dale, right at the top of the halftime, I'll get a quick word from Matt Dunnigan, the injured quarterback star of the Eskimos, who is working on the sideline along with Coach Parker.
Matt, of course, for the second straight year out of action in a semifinal here in Winnipeg. Now we have a timeout called.
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg called timeout. It's third down for the Eskimos. 11 yards to go. Tom Dixon punting. Steele is the only man back. The ball kicked back towards the line of scrimmage. Steele has it and is dropped at the 45-yard line, and we have time for one more play, a 29-yard punt and a 4-yard return. Straight drop, nobody there. Jerome Erdman looked to be the intended receiver. We'll have time for one more play here before the first half comes to a conclusion. Tommy Clements, who finished second in passing yardage in 1985 to Roy DeWalt of the Lions. Clements ended up with 3,697 yards. He was fourth in touchdown passes with 18 and fourth in completions with 257. But he passed at a 60.4% completion rate. Last play of the first half here, barring a penalty, and Clements puts it up deep. Murphy, and it's knocked away by Delorier, who moved over from that safety spot to knock it down. So the Bombers will head to the locker room with a 3-point lead over the Eskimos, and we're halfway through this sudden death Western Division semifinal. Bombers lead at 11. And we'll get back to the Chevrolet halftime statistics in a moment. This third quarter now underway, and the Bombers having trouble tracking that ball down. It's loose. Jeff Treflin has got it for the Eskimos. What a way to start the second half. The Eskimos recovering the fumbled kickoff.
I can't believe Pat Cantor not getting on that football. We talked about the cold hands, the turnovers, the opening kickoff of the second half, and the Eskimos have a first down inside the Winnipeg 10-yard line. Get on the football. Number one rule.
Cantor trying to pick it up instead of covering it up, and Jeff Treflin gives the ball to the Eskimos. First and goal from the Bombers' 7-yard line. Great fake by Damon Allen to Larry Cowan. Allen to the 1-yard line, and he's dragged down before he can get it into the end zone. Tony Norman flying over there to make the tackle for Winnipeg. It'll be second and goal from the 1. Great fake that time by Damon Allen to Larry Cowan. Put her on his hip. Rolled around.
Excellent fake to Larry Cowan. Boy, what a big break for the Eskimos. The opening kickoff here in the third quarter. Winnipeg fumbles at their own 7-yard line.
This is second and goal from the 1. Damon Allen keeps it himself. Touchdown, Edmonton. So the Eskimos take advantage of the fumbled kickoff and now take the lead in the early moments of the third quarter.
Boy, you talk about big plays. A blocked punt resulting in a touchdown in the first half for the Eskimos. Now Winnipeg hands them the ball really at their own 7-yard line to start off this third quarter.
Tom